Prologue, Christmas Jones, by Timothy Parry. The sun dropped behind the mountains in a faint orange glow. He watched it melt into the snowy horizon. They were losing another hour of precious light. Christmas sighed and tucked himself into his thick woolen jacket.
What is the matter, dear?
Kath was peering down at him from the saddle of their horse. He shook his head with a smile.
Nothing, my love. Just cold, that is all. It's going to be hard on old Bryn tonight.
He firmly patted the horse's neck before hoisting himself up into the saddle in front of his wife. She leaned her body up against his back. He could feel her warmth caressing the numb parts of his skin.
Thank you, God, for my beautiful girl.
He kissed the palm of her hand that grasped his waist. Taking grip of the reins, Christmas motioned a gentle walk and relaxed to the hypnotizing sound of hooves crunching into the crisp layers of frost. It had been a long day already. They had arrived in Llanelli only this morning, and immediately he found himself summoned to preach to the gathered neighbourhood. He chuckled. He could still see their shocked faces, mouths gaping as he zigzagged up through the crowd. He could still hear the whispers. The crowd was dispersing as he took his place, some to the shade of the trees, and some to the fulfilment of refreshments. He knew he was not what they had expected. Christmas was the one-eyed lad from the north. He was a tall, lanky man, scrawny and bony. He was a simple and common man, with common features and common dress. At the minor age of 25, he was far from the correct age for a preacher. He knew that. They knew that. It did not matter to him. God had changed his life. Why would he want to wait to tell everyone? It was not long into his first few words that his enthusiasm had recaptured the crowd. They closed about him in excitement, shouting and praising. Pastors stood in awe of his knowledge and experience. It was not only his passion that had brought Christmas here. He had studied relentlessly. He was determined to be the man God had created him to be, and not what the world had made him. It was true. Life had been cruel, but God had given him hope for better. He was transformed. No longer was he the 6-year-old boy, orphaned and lonely. No longer was he tied down by machinery, abused and taunted by his uncle's wickedness. No longer was he the illiterate fool of 17. No more did he have to fear the torturing nightmares. He was called to greater things. Now he had a father that loved him. Now he had a home. Now, even on a meagre salary of £17 a week, he survived. He ate. He could freely give away. Now he had Kath. Christmas shuddered. The bitter cold breeze stiffened his neck and fingers. His cheeks and nose were iced over red, and he could not feel his ears. Christmas tugged down his little black cap. His head was cushioned by his black curls. He could hear Kath's soft snores against his shoulder. The road ahead was barely visible, but still the horse trailed on. The sky was clear and glowing with stars. Bright stars, faint stars, and a full moon. Christmas gazed up at them. It was time like these he wished he was blessed with the Welsh singing talent. The powerful voices that always seemed to grip him in the stomach as they resounded through the open space of the church, the voices of angels. He hummed awkwardly. His eyelids felt heavy, and his shoulders were drooping. His chin was pulling his head further and further into his chest. Another gust made him sway in the saddle. Christmas realized just how exhausted his body was as he collapsed to the snow, his feet falling from the stirrups. He lay there unconscious, his eyes shut, his hands still gripped, unmoving.